No, because you don't understand, okay? Barry Bonds wasn't good because he took steroids. Barry Bonds was good because he played baseball like he was a dadgum neurological AI. All right, let me break this down for you. All right, let me break this down for you, right? I'm Barry Bonds, right? I'm standing up here in the box, right? That's kind of how he stands, okay? So, you're the opposing pitcher looking at me. I'm Barry Bonds. I have already hit 73 home runs in a season. All right, you know you can't throw anything down the middle to me because I'm cranking that, sending it to dadgum Jupiter. All right, and it doesn't matter how fast you throw your little fastball because Barry Bonds was so good at keeping his bat in the zone that no matter how hard you threw it, it was gonna be a hittable pitch for Barry Bonds. You could throw 103. Just ask Eric Gagne. He was throwing real hard. Bonds still was able to hit him pretty consistently. Okay, so you know you can't throw your fastball right down the middle. So instead, you try to work the outside part of the plate, work the inside part of the plate. Get inside. You can't throw it down the middle because surely this man, can't hit things on the edges of the plate. But that's the thing. So you say you throw a fastball on the outside edge of the plate. You have about a 2-inch margin of error, whether it's a ball or a strike. Okay? Barry Bonds knows his strike zone so well that if you're 2 inches here, then he's just going to grab it right there at the end and either foul it off or hit a little weak flare to the opposite field. That's how good of a hitter he was. And then, if you 2 inches on the other side, pitch taken. He knows his strike zone so well that he knows the difference between when you throw it 2 inches into the zone and he knows that he needs to foul it off, and 2 inches out of the zone, and he knows he needs to take that. That's how good of a mind Barry Bonds is. He can account for 2 inches of error off the plate. Same thing with the low, high, inside. Nobody knew their strike zone quite like Barry Bonds did. So then you naturally think, all right, I can't beat him with my fastball because I'm either going to walk him or I'm going to let up a homer if I do that. So now you turn to your off-speed and your breaking pitches. Well, off-speed is just a slower version of a fastball, so if he hits it, then, it's still going to go 400 feet that way, and if it's out of the zone, he's still going to take it. And besides, off-speed honestly works best when it's out of the zone anyway. And then, oh God, the breaking balls. Barry Bonds, when he sees that breaking ball pop out of your hands, he knows exactly what it is because he's been playing for so long that he reads that spin and knows exactly where that curveball is now and where it's going to end up. So it depends on the difference between, if you're throwing a curveball that you want to get him to chase hat and it pops up and he knows it's going to dive below the zone, so he's just going to take it. You can't fool Barry Bonds. There was no fooling Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was not going to chase at your weak little curveballs. Barry Bonds was going to take them. And if you throw the curveball in the zone, pow! That thing's going that way, 400 feet, and there's nothing you can do about it. Same thing with the slider or anything. So now, as a pitcher facing Barry Bonds, your pitches have become useless. You literally cannot throw a fastball. You cannot throw off-speed or breaking balls. So at a certain point, you just have to admit defeat. And that's the thing, man. When Barry Bonds was in the box, you could not win. You either were going to surrender a walk or a home run. And in order to surrender a home run, you had to throw him pitches over the plate, which was, when Barry Bonds hit a home run off you, it was disgraceful. You felt awful. He just disgraced your entire family with that home run. But if you walked him, it means you didn't throw him pitches to hit, which means you were scared of Barry Bonds. You were too scared to give Barry Bonds things to hit, and you were considered less of a man because of it. There was no winning when Barry Bonds stepped into the plate against an opposing pitcher. I want you to just ask Troy Percival. That man, I don't think that ball's landed yet. Barry Bonds, there's never going to be another player like Barry Bonds. Never. And you can talk about steroids all you want, but that's not what made Barry Bonds good. It's the fact that you couldn't win in at bat against Barry Bonds that made him